Welcome to today's edition of The Environment of Your Children, Part 3. Dear parents, the environment of your children can determine their prosperity in the future. Yeah, I know you're shocked to hear that, right? Yeah, the environment of your children can determine their prosperity. The environment I'm talking about here has to do with the physical surrounding, the home, the school, the neighbors, and even those they associate with. It can determine their prosperity. I want you to know something, that every child that is born on the surface of this earth has the potentials to prosper. Why do I say that? It is God's wish for every of his children to prosper and be in health, even as our soul prospers. We can see that in 3 John verse 2. But the environment has a major role to play in determining this prosperity. Let's take a look at the story in the Bible about a boy called Joseph. Joseph grew up in an environment that was filled with hatred. It was filled with jealousy, envy, coming from his own household, his brothers to be precise. They hated him because of his big dreams. They plotted so many evil things against him, and in the end they wanted to kill him, but God saved him. If Joseph had died, that would have been his end, and his dreams of prosperity would have been terminated just like that. So many persons you see are not fulfilling their purpose in life. So many persons that have even died, they've died along their greatness. They say where you can find the highest talents is in the grave. So many talents that were not fulfilled, and these talents were cut short because of the environment that they lived. It could be as a result of hatred, it could be as a result of envy or jealousy. So many talents have been terminated. That is why today I'm encouraging you as parents to create an environment of love for your children. Love plays a very vital role in determining your children's prosperity. An environment that is filled with love can determine how far your children can grow in life. Love is not something that can be bought. You have to create that environment. You must watch the kind of friends that your children keep. Even in school, ask them about the kind of friends they have. Even as neighbors, watch how they relate with them. Watch how they relate with people. Even you as parents should also love your children. Love your children so that your children can be happy. One thing you should know about love is that it brings about positivity. And when your children are positive, they tend to be dedicated. They tend to be passionate about wanting to, become great, wanting to fulfill purpose in life. Love makes your children happy. Love can go a long way in determining how far your children goes when they grow up in an environment that is filled with love. It helps to stir up that talent in them, that gift in them. Another thing I want you to note is that you should not create an environment that is filled with stinginess if you want your children to prosper. Some parents teach their children not to give. Even when the parent is not giving, your children are copying from you. Some children, at a very tender age, they already learn how to give. Even in church, you see some little children, they give offerings. Those parents they know what they are doing. They are not making mistakes. They are trying to bring up the children they are trying to grow something in them. And that thing is prosperity. You must allow your children to watch you do something positive. Don't allow them to see you becoming stingy to others. When something comes up you don't like to give, when they ask you for something you don't give, don't let your children copy that from you, because giving goes a long way in determining prosperity. So create that environment that is filled with giving, not stinginess, so that your children will learn how to give, and that will in turn determine how far they go, how prosperous they can be. So these two things are what I want you to take note today. Create an environment that is filled with love for your children. Create an environment that is filled with giving. Let your children learn how to give through you, because the environment can determine their prosperity in the future.